Okay, top secret intelligence. SCS site foils ambush on coalition convoy, receives praise from task force commander. So I think that this is more Iraq stuff that is probably in the intercept reporting, because the intercept reporting was largely focused on the Iraq documents in this batch.
Definitely.
I'm just scanning it to see if there's anything that's of particular significance to us. And I mean, the thing you got to understand too is while they write these documents that are like, look, we did wonderful things because with our SIGINT, what you don't see is like, I mean, they're specifically talking about Mosul here. There was a huge piece recently about two brothers that lived in houses next door to each other in Mosul. Very nice houses, like what we would consider in New Zealand to be like little mansions, in fact, like swimming pools and multi-story and like big spacious properties. And each brother had a house and their wives and their children and everyone living there, the residential homes. And the US had decided that because one of the brother was watching car videos on YouTube all the time, like racing car videos, that he was using lots of electricity in his house, that he was probably manufacturing illegal vehicles and doing so on behalf of the insurgents. So he was like a mechanical engineer for the insurgents. And so they bombed his house, completely flattened it. And then they bombed the other house, the brother's house as well. And one of the brothers lived, one of the brothers died. The other wife died, or the brother who survived, his wife died. The wife survived, but not the brother in the other house. And so you ended up with these two broken families with everything destroyed. And he actually went back years later and was picking through the rubble to try and see if there was anything left. And this was significant because they lost the kid. I think one of the kids survived and the rest died. Of the like 4 or 5 kids collectively died. And it was significant because he had taken his case. He tried to go after the US government for compensation. Yeah. He'd proven that he wasn't an insurgent. He had no ties to the insurgents or anything. And he had tried to sue. He tried to go through the NGOs and everything. And after years and years and years of court battles, they finally called him into the US headquarters in Mosul. And I think it was $30,000. They offered him $30,000 or something for having lost his home, his brother, his children, his wife. It was some incredibly insulting amount of money, and he actually threw it back at them and said, "I'm not taking a dollar of this. How disgusting that, after years of fighting for justice, that this is what you throw at me."
Despicable.
It was a horror story, and it's interesting because I remember very clearly the invasion of Iraq, and I remember very clearly the type of language that we were hearing on CNN. And it was targeted precision strikes, limited casualties, limited civilian casualties, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then you just see, like, time and time again that signals intelligence was involved in these destroying entire families, and communities and everything. But then what you'll hear in the NSA documents is, we did an amazing job because we prevented this incident with our signals intelligence. What you never, ever, ever hear in one of these documents is, today we killed some guy's brother and his wife and his kids because we thought that he was a mechanic and manufacturing vehicles, when it turns out that he just liked watching Formula One on YouTube. You never, ever, ever hear that in the NSA documents. So instead you hear, we provided intelligence that resulted in the capture of high-ranking individuals. and you hear, we captured 11 insurgent spotters and attackers associated with the would-be ambush. But God knows, they could have been students, they could have been anything. There's absolutely nothing to even verify that they were in fact insurgent spotters or, you know, plotting an ambush.
Yeah, the scale of the horror
This
there
is
is unbelievable and unimaginable.
Once again, it's totally propagandistic. Like, we save the lives of soldiers, top secret.
Yeah.
But you never hear about the lives that they cost, and there was a lot of them. A lot of them.